Your encouragement fuels our passion for weaving tales that touch the soul. Please consider subscribing, turning on notifications, and sharing your city in the comments. We're eager to know where you're connecting with us from. Now, let me share a story. Can a marriage that seems unbreakable fall apart in a single moment without any hint of trouble? It can, and I've experienced it firsthand. Here's how it unfolded. Violet and I shared a bond that stretched back to our childhood days. Though we studied in different classrooms, our homes were just a block apart. What began as a simple friendship blossomed into love, and over time, it grew into something deeper still. We were each other's first romance, tethered together from the very beginning. She stood by me during my military service, waiting patiently for my return. We attended college side by side, and only after that did we exchange vows. Our wedding was entirely our own. We paid for it ourselves, determined to forge our path without relying on family. Children weren't on our radar yet. We planned to wait until our mid-30s, perhaps around 35, before embracing parenthood. Baby clothes and cribs could wait a little longer. We poured our energy into work, scrimping and saving for a down payment on a home. When the bank rejected our mortgage application, we placed the house in my father's name as a temporary solution, intending to transfer it to ours once the loan was settled. Back then, I felt incredibly blessed. Our careers flourished, our earnings grew steadily, and we didn't rush to pay off the mortgage ahead of schedule. We purchased one car, then added another, but since I was freelancing as a programmer, we registered everything under my parents' names for convenience. Why not Violet's name? Heartbreakingly, she had no family left to lean on. Her parents died in a devastating car accident, their vehicle swerving into oncoming traffic on a rain-soaked road. Their loss struck us both deeply. I'd come to cherish them as my own. Violet plunged into grief, and though it took time, we eventually found our balance again. Our relationship was calm, harmonious. Violet and I never fought. Disagreements arose, of course, but we resolved them through quiet conversations, never resorting to childish spats. I'd sometimes joke that our life was almost too tranquil, teetering on the edge of ordinary. Then, without warning, everything shifted. Violet's composure shattered in an instant. It seemed to come out of nowhere. She typically handled grocery shopping alone, selecting items, loading the cart, and bringing everything home. I'd help when I could, glad to ease her burden. But one day, as I struggled with a heavy cart in the parking lot, she erupted. "These ridiculous bags," she yelled, her voice cutting with irritation. I nearly strained my back wrestling with them. I tried to calm her, but she waved me off, tears of frustration streaming down her face. "If you'd just let me know, I could have managed it myself for once," she snapped, then spun around and stormed toward the entrance. "Where are you headed?" I called after her. "I'm done. I'm staying with Aurora for a bit," she replied, her words sharp and final as she walked away. I stood there, frozen, feeling like a complete idiot. Her outburst over something so trivial caught me off guard. I wasn't oblivious. I sensed something deeper was troubling her, but I didn't push. I believed she'd share when she was ready. A month passed without a single word from her. I tried calling, texting, but received no response. After 3 weeks, I stopped reaching out. 2 more weeks of silence dragged on. Then, one day, Aurora, Violet's closest friend, who'd been hosting her for 6 weeks, appeared at my doorstep. She slipped inside with a sly smile that set my nerves on edge. I'd never cared for her, and her presence now irritated me even more. "Did Violet send you?" I asked, my voice edged with suspicion. She grinned, clearly enjoying herself. "No, I came on my own," she said, lounging on the couch, crossing her legs in a way that felt intentionally bold. I struggled to stay composed. "Aurora, just tell me what's happening." She paused, then leaned in and kissed me, her hand venturing where it shouldn't. I pushed her away, yelling for her to leave. "You're an idiot," she sneered, folding her arms with a smug expression. "I was trying to save your marriage." She explained that after her parents' death, Violet craved a spark, something to rebuild her confidence. She joined a dating site, and one date spiraled far beyond her intentions. Now, consumed by guilt, she couldn't face me. "But if you cheated too, maybe you could have balanced things out," Aurora said with a wink, clearly satisfied with her twisted logic. "So what's your move?" she asked. "Get out," I snapped. "Take her things, and tell Violet to stay away from my home." Aurora smirked again. "This isn't just your place. It's hers too." "No," I retorted. "It's in my father's name. And that car she's been driving to her dates, that's mine too. Leave the keys in the mailbox and don't come back." With that, I ushered her out and shut the door firmly. At first, I felt empty. I'd grown so accustomed to life without Violet that her absence barely registered anymore. Sure, I had doubts while she played the victim, suspecting she wouldn't simply disappear without cause. Now, those suspicions were confirmed, and somehow it made moving forward easier. The divorce was quick. We had little left to divide. Violet kept trying to contact me, calling and texting, but I ignored her. I wasn't about to surrender the car. Eventually, I warned her I'd involve the police and let her explain herself to them. That's when she threw the keys at me, spitting a few bitter words, and that was the end. I never saw it coming, but that's how our story fell apart. Life, however, didn't stop for me. I kept pushing forward,